In video 15, we're looking at the developing scenery in two adjacent parts of the layout, as well as seeing some moving trains. The first area is an overview of Red Rick Ordnance Depot. These are scratch-built buildings made from card and brick paper, plastic rod and brass tubing. The vehicles are a mixture of Herpa, Tomitec and Oxford die-cast. The army personnel I had to paint myself into army uniforms because you can't buy them ready-made off the shelf. "66008 pulls into the depot with a rake of military hardware. The security fencing around the depot is from Litchett Manor Models, and the porter cabins are Graham Avis kits. Most of the rest of the clutter came from the county rolling stock shop. It is quite busy on the eastern main line behind the depot. Here 66135, with a small number of BRA steel wagons, leaves the loop and joins the main line. In the opposite direction, 37428, with a rake of PCA wagons, enters the slow line so that it can make way for a faster freight which is following. Meanwhile, a 158 in Central Trains livery rushes through. The express freight sees 56018 hauling 7 KIA telescopic hood wagons. Another 158 in 1st Northwestern livery is slowing as it approaches Ashpeth station. Then, as we take a look at the upper level, you'll see a considerable increase in vegetation, and most additional trees are from the model tree shop and others are homemade. Network Rail are in the process of taking over Morrington Yard, trying to get it organised. In the distance you can see two sets of crossing gates. These are still manual gates because they only provide access to the yard. Items in the yard are from county rolling stock again and Harburn Hobbies. The grass strips between the tracks, some of those are knock and some are from the model tree shop. We're going to concentrate now on the Northern and General Main Line, and here's a Class 170 in Midland Main Line livery. And would you believe it, it's an HST in the same livery. This part of the back seam has been cut from magazines, stuck in place and sprayed with matte varnish. Here we are witness to the new order for Freightliner 66527 with a rake of HHA hoppers. I don't think they'll stay as clean as that for very long. Back in the yard, 60003 marshals its train of sea lion and sea cow hoppers before departing for an overnight engineering blockade. On the main line again, we see another HST in the revised version of the Midland Main Line livery. As attractive as these are, it's a pity that most of the passenger traffic is in the form of some kind of unit. We could do with seeing more local hauled trains, and perhaps the two specials that are due will answer that problem. The first charter is hauled by two Class 47s in the attractive Cotswold Rail livery. They are taking the freight avoiding line. I bet the photographers on the station are not too pleased about that. Finally, here's the special that the photographers have been waiting for. It's a steam charter with 60019 Bittern leading a long rake of Pullman.